Hi everyone, on the road again, this time towards Manitoulin Island and the town of Little Current on Manitoulin Island. Going to do another Sea-Doo trip towards the North Channel out of Little Current. This is going to be about a 2, maybe a 3-day trip. The winds are fairly light for the next 2 to 3 days up there, somewhere in the range of 5 to 8 knots. That's 10 to 16 kilometers per hour. So I'm going to go up to Little Current tonight, spend the night in the motel up there, then tomorrow head out on the North Channel on Lake Huron towards a town called Spanish, and in that area it's supposed to be some of the best boating on fresh water anywhere in the world. There's all this pink granite and islands from the Canadian Shield. It's going to be beautiful in that area. Just if the winds are calm enough, it'll be great. And then the next day, after I come back to Little Current that night, tomorrow night, I'm going to then head out towards a provincial park in that area called Killarney. This is another beautiful area. There's some nice inlets along the rock up there and some long inlets that go way back into the Canadian Shield. So I hope to have a great 2 to 3 days of sea-doing. It's a Wednesday today. The temperatures are very hot today, somewhere in the 90s. They're going to drop down tomorrow to about 20 degrees Celsius, 22 degrees Celsius. But it's supposed to be very nice. So we're heading out, and I will be in Little Current in 5 hours. That's a 5-hour drive from Toronto. So let's have a look at some of the country in the North Channel on Lake Huron. An example of the places you can get into with a Sea-Doo. There's just a little hole right there, and I've just pulled right in here. You'd never do this in any other kind of boat, maybe a little dinghy off a big boat, but what a great little spot this would be. Fairly secluded. Probably tie up into the weeds there, keep you off the rocks a little bit. Camp out on the top of the island up there, or camp out on the island over here. Really nice. Somebody else has been here. There's a campfire stone set up there. Whoop, let's see if I can get out of here. Whoa, narrow. Seems to be some divots or holes in the rock. Round holes. Sort of wonder how those got formed. This is Croker Island. Not far from the South Benjamin Islands and the North Benjamin Islands. I'm in the North Channel of Lake Huron on the Sea-Doo. And that's Croker Island behind me. Lots of pink granite in here. This is supposed to be some of the most beautiful boating, freshwater boating in the world, right around through here. We're going to check it out, have a look, and see what it's all about. Took me about 40 minutes to get here from Little Current. A little choppy where the water is open and exposed to the straits. But once you get back to the protection here of the islands, it's pretty nice. So I'm going to explore around here. I'm going to put the drone up in the air in a little bit. We're going to take a look around the North Channel of Lake Huron to the north side of Manitoulin Island. natural steps. Aha! Mr. Beaver has been at work here, building his dam right out into the water. I don't see Mr. Beaver around, but he's definitely been here. This would be a good camping spot. You could pull into this little bay, and I would say you could tie up right back in there to a tree or something in there and just kind of get up onto that ledge and set your tent up in there. This would not be a bad little spot, fairly well protected. I think camping would be great out here. Okay, so not very far down from where I showed the last video of where I thought might make a good camping spot. Look at this. Here is sand. So there are some places where you can pull in, and you do have a little bit of sand. It's not all solid rock. You could pull in, tie up in here, and this would be quite nice. I think I might even go for a swim here. Woo! A little bit nippy, because I'm in the shade here too. If I was in the sun, it'd be a little better. Whew. Whew. Oh yeah. Oh, better. Not bad. This is Fox Island, by the way. I'm on the north side of Fox Island. You know, once you're in just a couple minutes, not bad at all. Feels pretty good. Yeah, there is a bit of sand. That's kind of nice to know that you can get into some sand a little bit to secure the vessel. You can camp up over there, camp anywhere around here. Lots of flat rock. Let's push off a bit. Wait for me. There we go. Got a little bit of water in it, but that's okay. That'll drain out real quick. Whew. I guess I could tie up here for a couple of minutes. Looks like not a bad dock. I think this is kind of almost like for public use. I don't think it's anybody's private property. Okay, that's not going anywhere. All right, we're using the Osmo Mobile 2. I think that's what it's called. Taking some pictures of the Sea-Doo tied up at this beautiful little dock here. There's nobody here. I haven't seen another boat on the lake today. I've been the only person around for 40, 50 miles. It's just nobody around. They just pulled into this little bay. It was on the charts. It's a little anchorage. And it is just gorgeous in here. I've flown the drone around a little bit from here. Gotten some aerials of the area. And I'm just gonna take a little walk up here. I'm having a little Tim Hortons muffin for lunch. And I've got some tomatoes in the bag there. Let's take a walk up the dock here. I don't know if this is privately owned or not. I somehow don't think it is. It's marked on the maps as a place that you can get out of rough water and come in here and anchor. So I'm not sure, but it sort of looks privately owned. That's the area I flew the drone from. There is the drone there. Seems to be working a little better now that I'm using a new cable for it. A lightning cable. I think the old lightning cable is acting up and it keeps disconnecting from the drone. But what a great little spot this is. Got a fire pit here. All this rock. Yeah, not bad. Nice. Okay, so it is possible to run aground with the Sea-Doo, as I've just done. Tried to go over something a little bit too shallow, and I'm gonna have to step off and give myself a little push off because I'm high centered. And it's hard to do all of this when you're videotaping at the same time. I don't know why we still call it videotaping, because there's no tape involved anymore, but old habits die hard. Okay, I'm gonna have to step off. See if I can I do this with the just like that. We are off. Okay, this is the town and harbor of Spanish, which is just off the Trans-Canada Highway a little ways. And as you can see on the fuel gauge, I am not quite halfway in terms of fuel to get to Spanish, so that's pretty good. I am going to get fuel here if I can somewhere. There's a private marina. I think this is the city marina, then there's another marina where that boat is coming from down there, and I think I can get fuel somewhere down in there. So I just fueled up. I'm at Vance's Marina. They rent cottages and stuff here. $31.69. So that's from Little Current to here, $31.69. Not too bad. Now I got a full tank of gas. Easily can get back. Probably could have got back without it, but why fool around? You don't want to run out of fuel. You never know what the weather's going to do. Nice little spot. Good people here. And that is the Spanish River. Goes all the way to Espanola, and then it gets stopped by the paper mill there in the dam. So that's as far as you can go up that river. But I'm just going to tour around this area a little bit, and then maybe go back over to the Benjamins and look around back over there. But this is Vance's Marina. You can get fuel right here at the dock. Drive it up a little bit. Good enough. It is an absolutely gorgeous morning this Friday morning in Little Current. There is just a very nice stillness to the air this morning. Hardly a ripple on the water, just from the back of my Sea-Doo as it's warming up. Heading today towards Killarney. That's the destination for today. Bay Fin, Killarney. And maybe a little bit further than that, there is a channel there called Collins Inlet past Killarney. I don't know if I'll get that far or not. It'll all depend on timing and how I'm doing, but it's a beautiful morning out here. There's a few more boats heading out this morning. There's another guy launching just over there. So we're gonna head out here. I haven't even finished my coffee this morning that I got at the coffee shop, so I'm just trying to get that down before I head out, put my life jacket and stuff on, and then we're gonna head out. It's gonna be a great day. So on this beautiful morning, I headed out of Little Current and crossed underneath the swing bridge. My destination today is Bay Fin, first up. This is an area that is one of the prime attractions of the North Channel. It has these white mountains, quartz mountains that run down this long, narrow channel. At the very end of Bay Fin, there's an area that is called the Pool. It's 9 nautical miles from the entrance, and it's a place that a lot of visitors to the North Channel go and see. It's reached by going through a very narrow, sort of 2-mile long channel. That's right at the very end of Bay Fin. And just way off to the right there, you can see in the distance the open waters of Georgian Bay. So as I mentioned earlier, right at the very eastern end of Bay Fin is this area that is called the Pool. There's a couple of cottages right at the very mouth of the pool, and the pool is within the boundaries of Killarney Provincial Park, which is a wilderness park. Now I didn't do this, but up above the pool there's a hiking trail which will take you to this lake called Topaz Lake. It's not really shown on the charts, but you can hike up there and it's this beautiful clear water lake, and a lot of people take their bathing suits and go for a swim up at Topaz Lake. But for myself, I just flew the drone right around the pool area and just hung out here for a while. Just couldn't help flying the drone here. It's a really cool kind of rock formation that was alongside the channel, and I just decided to put the drone up in the air and get a couple of aerial shots of the channel. Just outside of Killarney and across Beaverstone Bay, there's this long, narrow, well-protected rock cut which separates Philip Edward Island from the mainland. This is Collins Inlet. I went about halfway down. How do you like my new goggles? These are ones that I got from a friend of mine, Don Irwin, back a while ago for the motorcycle, and I never used them on the motorcycle, but on the Sea-Doo they're pretty good because they protect the eyes from all the wind pressure. Sometimes when you ride quite a long ways, the wind pressure can kind of hurt the eyeballs a little bit, so these are good for that. I think they're called boggles or something like that. Anyway, just been trying them out and wearing them. The only problem is there's no prescription in them like my sunglasses, so I can't quite see as clearly as far, but stuff close up is a lot better to read. Anyway, I'm about halfway down Collins Inlet. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way to the end. Maybe I'll go a little bit further, turn around and head back, because I got a 3-4 hour ride, or at least a 3-hour ride probably to get back to Little Current. It cost, just for reference sake, $53 to fill up in Killarney. So I left Little Current, went and did Bay Fin all the way to the very end of Bay Fin, and then I went into Killarney. I still had 3 bars of fuel left when I got to Killarney, and I filled up and it was $53 with regular fuel. Don't know how much it was per liter, but whatever. And so easily make it from Bay Fin, from Little Current all the way to the end of Bay Fin and to Killarney. 3 bars of fuel left. So my apologies here, something has happened in the camera settings on the GoPro. I must have hit a button somewhere, and I'm now shooting in 4:3 instead of 16:9. I don't know how the heck that happened. Okay, I gotta go to the dock shop, which is right there, to get fuel. Wow, this is quite a nice little place. Gorgeous day?
Beautiful.
Man.
Last 2 days have it.
Yeah, I did the Benjamin Islands and stuff yesterday.
Oh, nice.
And then today out this way. Oh, it's just great. I picked the right 2 days. My wind app was right.
You picked yesterday and today?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then you definitely picked the
Yeah.
right 2 days.
Yeah. So this boat right here is holding up all those cars on the road behind it. You see the cars behind the boat? They're all stopped because of this boat. And the reason why is because the boat needs to go across under the bridge. This is a swing bridge, so the bridge has to now swing open. So that boat there go across, and then all the cars that are backed up there. I don't have that problem. I can go through anytime right under. A sailboat with a mast, like that guy. Nope, the bridge has to swing. Takes a little while too. For every boat that goes through, traffic is backed up on either side of the road coming in or out of Little Current. Once again, back at Spider Marina. This has been my start and stop location for the last couple of days out of Little Current. And it's 3 o'clock. Only took me about an hour and 10 minutes to get from Killarney to here. And the water was just like glass all the way. The roughest part was just coming into the bay here. So I used about a half a tank of fuel, maybe a little bit more, from Killarney to here. And an hour, 10 minutes with good water. Was fairly calm, so that's makes all the difference in the world. Pounding the waves, but I kept it down, you know, to 50, 45, 50. Anyway, that's the trip. Great 2 days. Really enjoyed this a lot. Back at Little Current, and now a 5-hour drive back to Thornhill, north of Toronto. There's my Acura up there. Okay, GoPro, power off.